Good morning and welcome to today's verse. Today's verse comes to us from the book of Romans. Romans chapter 5, verse 8, one of my favorite verses, and it says this: "But God demonstrated his own love toward us, that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us." God didn't simply say that he loves us, but he demonstrated his love toward us in the most amazing way, that Christ died for us. He paid for our sin debt once and for all on the cross. The previous verse that comes before this verse here, it tells us that he did this in due time, in God's own time, and when it was just right, God did this. And that while he did this, we were powerless. We were helpless to help ourselves. It even says that we were godless. That is, that we were against God. You could say that we were enemies of God. Have you ever been in a helpless situation where relief was nowhere in sight, getting better was nowhere in view? You couldn't see your way out? Well, it was during this time that God demonstrates, he proves his love toward us. And notice that verse, the tense is present tense, that God is always showing and proving his love toward us, we who are sinners. And I know you don't like the word sinner, but that's what we are. For the word sinner really refers to all people, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. So we are sinful and we have sinned. We are sinners in that we have disobeyed the word of God, the will of God, the commands of God. And if you say you haven't, let me ask you one simple question. Have you ever told a lie in your life? And if you say you have not, you just told the first one then. I can remember my daughter eating the chocolate chip cookies, was told to stay out of the cookies, and the evidence of the chocolate chips was on the side of her face. And when you ask her the question, have you been in the cookies? No, I haven't been. And the evidence is right there. And sometimes a lie is not always with malicious intent. Sometimes we will lie because we don't want to offend someone, such as they have an outfit on and they say, well, how do I look? Do you like this? And you say, oh, you're looking really good right now. You know they're not looking good. You just told a lie. In due time, it was in a time like this that God demonstrated his love toward us, that while we were yet still sinners, we have been sinners and we have a sin nature, and we have done this by disobeying the word of God, the will of God. We've done so by living selfishly, by doing our own thing, living as if there is no God, ignoring God. We've done it by pursuing the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life, the things of this world. The point is simply this: while we were yet still sinners, God proved his love toward us. This is the most unbelievable love of God, that he would stoop down here to save sinners, amongst whom there was not one worthy to be saved. Such is the unbelievable love of God. Selah. Think about this. To God be the glory. I pray that as you go throughout your day, that you would meditate upon this verse, that it would be a word of encouragement to you. And I pray that you be safe out there. And then tune in again tomorrow. Yes, as we consider today's verse.